Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the Be Positive, Stay Positive podcast. My name is Nat, and I'm here for you. I am here for you, hopefully to help you find those keys to the door that will unlock your happiness and cheer you up and help you to be happy. That's my whole goal, is to help you find your happiness. I found mine. Hey, if this is your first time here, welcome to the show. Welcome. I'm glad you found it. I don't know how you did. That's not my concern. I am just glad that you're here. You searched for something, and hopefully I can provide that something for you. And if I'm not talking about what you want me to talk about, let me know. Hit me up on the text line, 304-506-3332. I'll try to get to everything that you want me to talk about. And when you text me, I answer right away. It is as long as I'm awake. 304-506-3332. The text line 24/7, 365. I even answer people on the holidays. It's it's crazy. I should probably take a break. But also, don't forget about my book, The Positive Perspective. You can get it on Amazon, or you can order it directly from me from bepositivepodcast.com. At that website, you can get a regular copy, a personalized copy. You can order pins, hats, shirts, polo shirts, t-shirts, coolie cups, all kind of stuff. Grab something and show people that you're a positive person. Put that big green circle out there and get some people being positive. What else? You can also, if you want me to talk about something, or you got a story you want to tell me, go to bepositivepodcast.com/your story. Tell me all about it. I'll read it out in the air, and I'll give you a shout out if you like. And if you don't want to, there's a little box to check to say, hey, don't tell anybody that's my story. But we all have stories, and sharing our stories with the world, maybe anonymous or not, your story can help someone else get through a tough time that they're dealing with. You never know. You might be someone's light and not even know it. Okay, I've heard people talk about things that I've talked about in this show, and stories that people have written in, and they're like, it's the same thing with me. It really helped me to see it from a different perspective. Kind of gave me a positive perspective. So and so you can write into the show, the website /your story. Let's see, what else? Is there anything else? No more promotion. Don't forget about the member zone. I should be shooting video right now, but I forgot. This should be the behind the scenes that I put up there on the member area at Patreon. There's a link in the description. Yeah, there should be discounts. If the discounts aren't working, I'm still figuring it out. Please let me know if you try to order something and the discount doesn't work, because I'm still figuring it out. I mean, I'm only one guy here. I don't have a whole team of people. Check out the blog. Cheryl's writing some cool stuff, so check that out as well. All right. What am I going to talk about? Well, a lot has happened quickly in the world and in my life. I've lost a friend. Got another friend that's really sick, and I'm realizing how every day I realize how precious life is, and how short it can be, and how everything that we know and about life and can be taken away in an instant, and you never know when your dance card's going to get punched, when it's time for you to punch out. It's not up to you. And so I start to think about all kinds of stuff. So, I start to think about, the older I get, the more I think about things that are more my mortality. So this show's called The Older We Get ... What happens when you get older? Well, a lot of things happen. That's a deep topic, and it's such a huge part of life. The older you get, the older we get, our thoughts, those shift. You change. Some people call it maturing, growing up. Experience helps you to change your perspective and to really get a grip on what your purpose is here, and start to realize that maybe you're on the other side of your clock, your body clock here, and it's time is ticking away, and you want to get some stuff done. So the older you get, the more you think about that. And not everybody experiences it at the same time. But there's some common things that we all go through mentally and emotionally. The first one is we really start to think about mortality and time. We become aware of our own mortality. And it seems that the older you get, the faster time ticks away, right? And you feel like there's just not enough time in a day, and you realize that your little girl is now a young woman, or you realize that your young-looking face is now not so young, and you realize your mind wants to run and your body goes no. And this awareness can really lead to some deep reflection, thinking about what you accomplished in your life. Especially the older you get, you think about that more, and start to think about what still matters in life. Maybe something that you wanted to do in life doesn't matter as much anymore, because your whole perspective, your whole reason for living and being here, and your perspective, so to speak, has changed. And you want to spend the time that you have left on earth in a different way, with loved ones, with family, with friends. It's not about the job. It's not about the things. It's not about the fame or the money or anything like that. You start thinking about, wow, I'm not going to be around forever. Sometimes people will feel anxiety. Other times you get a sense of purpose. Some people even find peace in thinking about their mortality and thinking about what awaits us. Where does our conscious go? I talk about that a lot, and I'm not worried about it. I don't want to die, but I mean, when it's going to happen, it's the only way out of this world. But I'm going to live every moment of life while I'm awake and alive, and and enjoy it. And my purpose and my reason is getting more, I would call it getting more defined the older you get. That's a good way to put it, getting more defined. Another one is you start thinking about your meaning, your legacy. What are you going to leave behind? Did my life matter to anyone? And I reflect on this because I just had a good friend pass away and went to the wake, and there was several hundred people that showed up just to acknowledge his life and to just to appreciate it. Which means he was a happy guy. He touched a lot of people's souls and left a mark and left a good legacy, which is great. I mean, that's part of why you're here. You build something, and you focus on your relationships and your friendships, and you actually leave the earth better than you found it. And that's one of my goals too. And you start really thinking about your legacy and your meaning. Your career maybe it's not as important, or material success isn't as important as emotional fulfillment. So maybe your life, your perspective changes, and you'd not going to work that weekend because you'd rather spend that time with your family because it's so precious. So think about that. And as you get older, your friends get older, and everybody gets older, and you start thinking about that, and you start thinking about maybe missed opportunities that you had when you were younger, and risks you didn't take, and what's more important? You start thinking about the people that you probably had differences with, or somebody you didn't like for some reason, or something that's a negative vibe that's between you and somebody else or some other people. And you start to think about forgiveness and reconciliation, and you appreciate the people in your life more, and you really start to get a clearer understanding of who really matters and why they matter to you in your relationship. And the older you get, you start thinking about that. And then the other side of that coin is maybe having some regrets. I don't have any regrets. I made some stupid decisions, passed up some good opportunities, but I don't regret any of them because they got me here to the happiest part of my life that I've ever been in. Every day I get happier. Maybe that's a sign of crazy, but that's okay because it's my world. So when you start thinking about regret and you start thinking about what you could have been, what you could have done, some people can struggle with that. And it might take away from the enjoyment of life, thinking the older you get, wow, I could have been this, I should have done that. And that negativity starts polluting your brain, and you don't enjoy the rest of your life. So if you start to feel that when you're older and you start feeling regret, well, try to turn that around to acceptance of who you are. Because when you accept the decisions you've made, and you realize that where you are in life is because of the choices and decisions you made, and move on from that. It's like, okay, maybe it's not good, maybe it is, but it can be liberating. It can free up some feelings and give you space for more positivity. And everything doesn't have to be perfect in life. It doesn't have to be. You start choosing peace. You start arguing less the older you get. Not most people. Some people just love to argue. But the older you get, the things start changing. You know, you start thinking about what's next. What's going to happen? You start thinking about the present moment and simplifying things. And you really, really get a deeper appreciation. I know I do. Have a much deeper appreciation for everyday moments. You know, nature, spending quality time with someone, having a great conversation, just enjoying a TV show that you just really love, or you know, just nature is a great way to really get in touch with yourself and accept the world, and it opens up your mind. So how does all of this stuff affect your thoughts about getting older? How does it make you get through it and actually understand the process of getting older? Because only the body is getting older. Your mind is getting wiser, but your conscience and your cautious mind goes on forever, because that energy can't be created or destroyed. So how does it affect you? Well, our thoughts, we start being more reflective on what is happening than reactive. You could say that you chill out, right? You can become more empathetic with people. You should anyway. You become more empathetic. You get more wisdom. You're wiser in your old age. You know, like the wise old man. You start to get wise, whether that's experience or what. Things start making more sense. You get more emotionally intelligent, especially if you butchered a relationship in the past. you get a grip on what's more important, and it helps you to not focus on your mortality, not worry about not existing, because when you think about that, you can't fathom not existing, your physical life. You can't fathom your body not being alive. It doesn't make sense. You can't do it. Nobody knows what it is. You can't explain it. It's just they go to sleep and that's it. And you never wake up. But what happens, in the afterlife? Well, I watched some, read some NDE stuff and watched some of the videos, and a lot of it's the same, and it's not bad on the other side. It's kind of promising, so that's good. And you become more nostalgic. Some people get very protective, or you could get very stubborn about your past, and be very angry about the fact that you're getting old, and that's due to having regret and not being happy with where you are and focusing on the negative and not enjoying what you have left in life. So the older you get, the more you have to appreciate the little things, the more you have to really enjoy the small things and make the most out of everything. And to me, being happy is easy. I smile first. You smile. Of course, everybody gets angry. I get pissed off at stuff, and but I don't dwell on it. I'm like, okay, all this time that I'm angry and mad and upset and pissed off at something that I probably didn't have any control over is taken away from time I could be happy. And it's truly a choice in your mind to be happy or to be angry, because you have to make yourself be angry. You got to keep those thoughts of negativity or anger or resentment floating around in your brain and keep reliving them and keep living in the past and keep stirring the pot, so to speak, so you can stay angry. I'm mad at this person. I'm mad at my life. I hate this, and I hate the government. I can't believe it. And all this negative stuff that you perpetuate in your mind, nobody else is doing it but you. And as long as I can remember, a phrase that always sticks in my mind is that your mind controls your body. Your mind controls everything. It controls life. It controls your life. It creates your perspective of life. And once you start realizing that your thoughts are creating your life will change, man. So it doesn't matter how old you get until you stop getting old, and then you move on to the next phase of life. And maybe there'll be a place for podcasts in the next phase of life. I can talk to the afterlife. I don't know. But I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to outlive everybody. It's my goal is to live to be 100 just to piss people off. So, but I don't have any regrets, and simplify your life the older you get. Accept where you are, because you got you there. You can't blame anybody else. Remember that family is number one. It's the most important. Family and relationships are the most important thing. And love, sharing love. And I honestly believe we are sent here to learn how to love. And that's about it. Just do good. I got a magnet on my fridge that says, "Be nice or go home." It's from the House of Blues. I love it. It's a great magnet. Be nice or go home. So just try to be nice, and just realize that getting older is okay. It's okay. If you don't like something about your life, change it. You're the only one that can. No one else can. So let's enjoy this life. Let's enjoy it together, all right? And if you're still listening, then you're enjoying it like I am. So that's very cool. All right. Once again, I'm out of words. So if you get a chance, become a member, support the show. That really helps me pay the bills. Or if you just want to slide a few bucks through the PayPal link, you can do that. That helps pay. All the bills are coming due first part of the year here, so that's fantastic. Grab the copy of the book, The Positive Perspective, from the website, bepositivepodcast.com. Hit me up on the text line, 304-506-3332. Grab a pin and wear it with pride. Maybe I'll lower the price a little bit. I think it might be too expensive. So that's it. That's the show. The older we get, the better we get. My name is Nat. This has been the Be Positive, Stay Positive podcast. I think we can all do a little bit better. I'll talk to you later.